I think one of my favorite memories of Nordic is a friend of ours had, I don't know if you remember this, a potato cannon. So we'd shoot entire potatoes on top of the roof of Washington High School. And that was fun. Like, if you didn't like the band, you could just go out in the parking lot and do that. Or, I don't know. I don't know why I remember that. Or just, I mean, there's so many things. There's so many things that our friends did where I'm just like, oh my God. I was a spectator for the majority of the things. But, yeah, I mean, we were talking about it the other day, just our favorite things about high school and you know, why I kept all the flyers. And I always tell people, well, you know, I felt like I never even bought a yearbook, I don't think, until we were even seniors. And the reason being is because nobody I knew was in them. Nothing that I did was represented in them. Maybe theater a little bit, maybe marching band. But the flyers to me just held more value of what I was interested in and makes me think more of that time than a high school yearbook ever would. So I kept all those and zines and stuff like that because of that, because, you know, it just seemed like that would bring me back to that when I looked at those rather than looking at pictures of, you know, all the people I went to high school with that I didn't really hang out with. So, I mean, there's so many things I can think of that, but I mean, I just felt like it opened up a whole world for me. You know, just not just the music itself, the culture and wanting to go other places. And, you know, it made me curious about what was outside of Sioux Falls more than anything. So, I don't know. I think that was the best part about being part of that scene. I mean, I loved being here too, but just seeing all these bands come through from other places, it was like, oh, I want to go there and see, you know, see what their home is like or whatever. So, yeah, it was, I don't know, just eye-opening. I don't know. I think it's just really affected everything about how I turned out as an adult and, you know, my views. And yeah, I mean, I think it just made me more open-minded just in general. Maybe it's because I was part of that kind of marginalized crowd. You know, I knew what it was like to be kind of, I don't want to say on the outside, because I felt like we were included in our group, but, you know, at high school and stuff like that. I mean, if my kids now have trouble at school, I'm like, well, you know, here's what happened to Mom, and I wasn't part of that popular group or whatever. And, you know, majority of the people I know now that weren't a part of that are doing really well. So it's kind of good to think that high school isn't the end, and, you know, being different is in a lot of ways a really good thing. I think more people, after you get out of high school, you just, I don't know, continue to grow. And a lot of people who their peak is in high school don't. You just kind of downhill from there. So, I don't know.